FM News on point.
Let's take a look at the news. Uganda National Examinations Board will tonight close registration of pupils and students in preparation for the final exams next year. Today morning, UNEB had so far registered 98% of all at all levels of Primary 7, Senior 4 and Senior 6. At PLE, pupils will sit exams from 13,971 centres. Senior 4, 3,651 and Senior 6, 2,172. UNEB spokesperson Jennifer Kalule says no further extension will be given after today midnight.
So I want to urge you to please look through it, print it out if you can. Let the candidates have a second look. Let them verify the spellings of names. Let them verify the order of names. Let them verify the date of birth, the year of birth, the gender. Make sure that the right gender has been appended. And then make sure the right picture has been attached to the name of the candidate. So we do not have mistakes which can actually be avoided. In case there's an error, on the UNEB portal, there is an amendment form. So we encourage the schools to go ahead and download that form, fill it in, get the consent of the parent. Let the parent give you a consent letter or a consent note with a copy of their national ID to confirm that, yes, I want to amend this to this for my child. And then you send it to UNEB as guided on the UNEB portal.
Presidential candidate retired General Henry Tumukunde has cautioned the people in Amuru to be careful as they vote for change in 2021 general elections. Tumukunde, who's now campaigning in Acholi sub-region, says although masses across the country have shown the desire for change, it is important to be careful who they vote for to avoid sliding the country back into anarchy. Speaking to a gathering at Achiak Town Council, Amuru District, Tumukunde asked the voters to consider him because he's the only experienced candidate after President Museveni who can drive Uganda forward.
I want to ask you to vote for change. Now, not tomorrow, now, vote for change. And vote for change which carries Uganda forward in stability. I don't think anybody can take Uganda forward, especially after the long days of Museveni. You need people who have got as big muscle as myself. Yes, now, that leaves us with your own choice. You vote. We want to get rid of the grass thatched house. Do you like them? Do we want to get rid of the hole? Do you want to keep digging with the hole when you have such beautiful terrain? So we ask you to vote this time for change. Don't waste your energies. Do it once and for all.
As the festive season draws nearer, traders are worried that goods being imported into the country might delay due to scarcity of vessels that transport goods globally. The chairman, Kampala City Traders Association, Everest Kayondo, says there's continued shortage of ships across the globe, which is likely to delay shipments for units purchased for the festive period. Kayondo says if this happens, traders might end up making losses this festive season.
We are no longer buying big consignments. They are only buying essential commodity. The ordinary trade might miss the Christmas season because the goods might come a little bit later. And for an ordinary Ugandan, he has also to buy whatever is around during this festive season.
In sports news, the under-20 national football team, the Hippos head coach Molly Biakwasa, has now set focus on winning the trophy after guiding the team to the Africa Cup of Nations finals. Uganda has defeated Kenya 3-1 today afternoon to reach the finals of the under-20 Sekafa tournament taking place in Tanzania, where the finalist automatically qualifies for the AFCON finals next year in Mauritania. The jovial Biakwasa says after fulfilling the dream of playing in continental finals now, the focus is on winning.
We have won the game successfully. I thank the boys too for the input they have shown. I pray to God that He blesses us on the finals and we win the trophy, because whoever reaches the final, that's what will make him happy. Everyone will be focusing on the trophy, which all of us have been fighting for.
In other news, at least 18 Burundian refugees and asylum seekers have been forcibly disappearing from refugee camps in Tanzania over the past year, according to a new report by the Human Rights Watch. Many were tortured at a police station in Chibondo, Tanzania. The report says 7 remain missing, while 3 were released after several weeks. 8 were handed over to authorities in Burundi and imprisoned in abysmal conditions without due process, indicating collaboration with Tanzania's police and intelligence services. The report highlighted both the pressure on refugees to go home and alleged continuing repression under Burundi's new president. Many of the 150,000 plus refugees in Tanzania had fled deadly political turmoil in 2015 when Burundi was accused of cracking down on protests of a late president, Pierre Nkurunziza's ultimately successful bid for another term. The United Nations Human Rights Office was expelled from the country after it reported more than 300 extrajudicial killings. Burundi's government denied it targets its people. Now, speaking from prison in Burundi, some of the recently abducted refugees described being accused of involvement with unarmed groups and of seeking to cause trouble, with new details. That was the news.
XFM News on point.